going on, everybody? Dogman Dan here, and we are going to take a look at the Broken War. Okay, and the reason I've got Dacra Prime up here is because I want to show you, start right out here in the beginning with something that is quite importante, if you will. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Whatever, we'll come right back over here and take a look here. Let's see if you can see that. It should be easier to do it the other way. You can see the pretty green because YouTube has a hard time showing you the pretty red, so to speak. There we go. Dacra Prime equipped. Broken War to the right. Broken War is basically 50% better than the Dacra Prime, making this hands down, to me, probably the best sword melee in game at this point. Whether or not this gets changed, I am not sure. Also keep in mind that if you want to create the war, which we'll talk about in another video, the great sword melee, you have to use Broken War to craft war, or you'd have to buy war directly from the Hunhao pack on the market. So it'd be up to you if you want to get rid of arguably the best sword in the game at this point. So with that said, that does look awesome, right? Does it not? Yes. Okay. Just come right over here to how I've got this set up. Ortis, you are in the way. As always. Get out of the way. Thank you. Okay, so I went pretty damage heavy. This thing, you saw it in my little compilation video. If not, I'll have a link someplace, upper right hand corner. You can click to go see that video just so you can see it. Yes, easily gets right into 80, 100 levels. No problems at all, as you can see it. Vengeful Revenant. Okay, awesome stance. Is it better than Crimson Dervish? I do not know the actual details of what Vengeful Revenant has in terms of, like, you know, does it have critical multipliers or anything like that? And honestly, I just do not care because this thing just feels so smooth with this weapon, with any of them. Crimson Dervish is still a beautiful stance, do not get me wrong. Perfect for this weapon as well, but this thing just moves with it smoothly. Okay? Taking a quick look there. You can build this in a few different ways. It didn't have enough critical for me to worry about critical. It really doesn't have any status chance for me to worry about status chance, so we went straight up with the damage heavy. What I'm doing here is I went pressure point. I have buzzkill, so I use buzzkill. If you don't have it, maybe jagged edge would fit in here just fine. The damage won't be as high, but this will fit. Spoiled Strike fits in here perfectly. Even though you get the negative attack speed, you add the Fury, you still gain attack speed, and this thing is fast enough that all this core damage right here is a beautiful, beautiful thing. You can see these lovely numbers. Then we go ahead and we choose our elements. Of course, Life Strike at the end here. You can see I always use a max Life Strike. That's just my personal preference for my utility. But we're going to use North Wind and Fever Strike to get a viral. Loving the viral with the heat. Okay, this combo is working out really well for me in terms of how I play, especially when I'm playing it with Oberon, because, you know, Oberon with his smite and his radiation causing the confusion. Kind of the combo just works, all right? But you can do it however you really wanted to, but you just go straight up damage heavy. Just straight up damage heavy. Spoiled Strike's important here to add to that damage. And this is the highest numbers I've come across in terms of how I could set it up. You could look at this, let me see if we can just do this so you can see this better. Make life easier for you. Otherwise, the channeling cost, of course, we know goes down because of Life Strike, but we're still gaining attack speed, 0.10. Okay. Look at that. Leap attacks of 2684, spin attacks 2875. A wall attack, so if you're up on a wall and you attack from the wall, 5368. We've got a nice heat damage in here, 259. We've got, of course, our slash at 506 and our viral at 518. Sure, there's a couple of different ways you could do things. Like I said, you could put in Crimson Dervish if you wanted to. In terms of the damage, change the elements to whatever you want. If you don't, say, have a buzzkill, I would say maybe put in Jagged Edge, which it'll lower you down just a little bit, but it's not going to do that much in terms of differences. So if you've got a Jagged Edge Buzzkill, you know you're only losing 30%. Not horrible at all. You still got some solid numbers in here to work with. And I love, of course, that nice slash damage. Sure, we could go higher. If you didn't have Spoiled Strike, go ahead and put Jagged Edge in there. You're still going to get some quality, solid numbers. Won't be as high, but you get some solid numbers, and then you get this attack speed increase in here, up to a 130, even better. With the way this works with this stance, this thing is so fast with the stance that if you didn't have Spoiled Strike, didn't want to use Spoiled Strike, you could still get away with it that way. These are just, I'm a core heavy damage guy, and I like some of my elements, and I personally right now, I could go corrosive and fire, but I'm liking the viral and the fire with this particular one, especially with me using my Oberon all the time, since Oberon's got the focus lens on it. And why wouldn't it? Because it's my most used and probably my favorite Warframe ever in the game. But you could do so much more with this if you wanted to. You know, we can go ahead and put the slash or the corrosive in there just by simply changing out one element. Definitely use the straight up core, hardcore damage elements. Don't even bother with the 60-60 status because you're just not going to get what you want out of it. Sundering Strike, nah, not really worth it. Rendering Strike, you'll get a little extra damage, but not where you need it to be. 60% slash, and then you're wasting by having a 80% puncture, which isn't going to do anything for you. If you take a look here, it's just not really going to, I mean, you're not going to die here, okay, but you're only going to get a 35 puncture. It's just not, I'd rather put Spoiled Strike on and get overall 100% more increase in the damage. Anyway, that's Broken War. Comments, questions, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching as always, hopefully you enjoyed.